Okay. Going to call the Logansport Parks and Recreation Board regular meeting for Wednesday, September the 10th at 5:30 p.m. in session. Would everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Reminder to all visitors, please sign in with names and addresses at the podium. Eamon, will you read the mission statement, please?
Sir. Logansport Parks and Recreation Department is committed to building a vibrant and healthy community for future generations through accessible recreational facilities and programs that promote physical health, social engagement, conservation, and cultural appreciation.
Thank you. We all received a copy of the minutes from our August the 13th meeting. Is there any additions or subtractions that need to be made? Okay, with there being none, we'll move on. We'll move on to old business, security camera demonstration. Kevin?
All righty. The big thing I want to point out here with this, actually not, we'll get to that first. I want to show off. I want to show off Houston. Has anybody been up by Houston lately, seeing the seal coat that John Schlick's been doing up there? Yeah. It has turned out so fantastic. It just... You haven't been up for a while. The whole trail's getting redone, and the parking lots, and all the striping and crosswalks. It just looks fantastic. We've had a lot of walkers and a lot of appreciation for this. So, plus it kind of shows what we're dealing with up here as far as this one. But we've established, I bet you we're about halfway with our cameras now. There's been a lot of trial and error getting some stuff up. Like this one here, it is on a cellular gateway, but it'll be changing to a point-to-point system from the Penman building to beam the signal across the street to it and then pick up the other cameras. So then we won't have to rely on even a cell phone signal. It'll be an established internet connection that we already pay for from the Penman, which is a fiber connection, so it's really fast and reliable. And then we'll take this gateway, and then it'll go, the ones that are set up now are pretty much all gateways. We'll transfer those ones to some of the harder to reach areas that are going to be like Dykeman, the back of Dykeman, where there's no way to get internet back there. Bishop Park, where there's just nothing there. You know, places like that where we definitely need the coverage. These cell signals will go ahead and take care of that. We were fortunate enough to be able to get onto the FirstNet system, is kind of what the first responders and fire department and police use. It's a different type of cell phone signal that's more reliable. It doesn't really go down like the common cell signals. So like when you're in a crowded area and you pull out your phone, you have no reception, that's all the congestion. This doesn't really have that congestion. So we get pretty much clear video all the time when we need. Of course, the cameras are high definition. Actually, that's in standard definition right now. But they are full HD. They record 24/7, and then they retain information for 30 days. And then everything is searchable and trackable and everything like that. Which brings me to my next point, tracking. The best thing about these is it gives us a very good analytics report. This is just an overview. These are just the trails, on the heads of the trails. So this number right here, 1,413 people from September 7th to September 13th, which hasn't happened yet. So in the last couple days, this is just this week, we've had 1,400 people use our trails. This is the peak number. So if you actually go in here, it'll actually show you people going in and people going out. They're set up at different points, how they come in and out of the trails. Now, this is all the trails. This isn't just Little Turtle. This isn't just Houston. It's collective. Now, we can break it down from trail to trail. We can see what those usage numbers are per day. And then the fun thing is, here we get at Christmas in the Park, we've always had this problem of actually getting a great count of people. We can do vehicles, we can get a strip out there and it'll tell us vehicles. Now it's going to be able to tell us people too. So we'll be able to know how many cars go through, how many people go through, and those numbers will be very useful for us for marketing and things like that. So besides being great for security and keeping things in check, now we actually have those analytics too to help publish some of those numbers that we weren't able to before.
So refresh my memory, how many do we have at Houston Park?
How many cameras?
Yep.
Currently there are 2 cameras at Houston Park,
Okay,
but there are going to be 3 more installed.
okay.
So again, with that point-to-point system, we have to,
Right.
they're established, and then we're going to get this point-to-point set up, and then we're going to add the new cameras, because those will all be on that new system, and then we'll take those gateways and take them to the places that need them.
Just about every point will be
Yeah.
covered.
So the main, at the backs, and yep.
Okay.
And they'll all have good visibility to see what's going on through the whole entire park there. Pretty much just kind of like here's just most of our cameras. The high usage areas are what we're really targeting. The places that we see damage and we see things happen. These are where these cameras are gonna play in. Our trailheads, the plaza at Little Turtle, 18th Street. This one we've never really, we had a camera down there, but it was so unreliable just because it was trying to take a signal from all the way out there and take it all the way to the hospital, which was just almost impossible. So now we have a nice clear signal out there. Houston Park at different angles through there. Like I said, you're going to see some more cameras pop up. They'll be back again tomorrow to keep going. So as we go on, Fairview, the pool here.
Go back to Fairview a second.
You got it.
So the farthest one to the right,
This one here.
is that behind the outfield fence of the last Cal Ripken field and then
Yeah.
over to the Baber field?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
That's where they did a lot.
and on that context, when that individual did all the donuts, we had that all on video, and that was turned into the police, and it was dealt with because of this. So, yeah. And like I said, there'll be some more coming. At Fairview, will get another camera up by the playground to keep all that. And the school already has one there too, but
Sure.
it's our job too to make sure everything is safe and secure as much as we can. So like I said, we're really hitting these places that are high intensity places to help just cover our blind spots,
When do you anticipate the last camera's done and the whole thing is done?
We're really getting to the final stages since our gateways. The gateways have kind of been the hard one to get established. Now that they're already established, we can literally just take that whole box and move it and then hit power and we got a camera again. So these next couple installs, like back at Dykeman, that one back there, the box is already up, the power's already run to it. It's just waiting for that gateway. It's just waiting for these things to move until we get those point-to-point set up, which the company took them last week. They are putting them into their system, so when they bring them back tomorrow, we're going to start getting those, they're going to start getting them installed, and we're going to reestablish some of those, and we'll keep on getting these cameras. I'm expecting an almost completion, I would say at the end of this month, if not into just a couple weeks into October. I think we should see this project completed. There are a couple outliers that we're still trying to get accomplished, not cameras. The proposal had a couple different door sensors and things like that we're going to still work on. But the main parks will all be covered, and all that stuff will be good by that time. So.
Kevin, I think that you need to I think you really need to push to get this done before you are going to be off of work for 2 months. How soon is that happening?
So I just went up, she just asked about getting it done before I take off. I went over to Kokomo, they're based over in Kokomo. I met up with them last week, and we sat down for a meeting about what our game plan is, and where everything needs to be, and we laid everything out just black and white. There's a spreadsheet of what's going where. Those boxes are already in place, so it's literally just moving forward with them. They have a clear understanding of what we need, and then I've also worked with one of my employees, Jay Slayball. He's going to be facilitating my absence because they use our lift, so he will be taking the lift to them for those installations, and he has a very clear understanding of where these last couple cameras are going to be. But they're pretty much. The poles are there, the power's there, the boxes are there. It's just getting the gateways at this point. So it really shouldn't be too difficult to get accomplished at this point.
Yeah, but you thought this wasn't going to be this difficult all along.
No. The company kind of did take a couple extra big jobs on. So we kind of got pushed back a little bit. They were kind of worried about schools getting multiple schools done before the start of the school season, like Eastern Pulaski and stuff like that. So we kind of got downgraded a little bit just in that sense. But to my understanding, their contract with us right now, between us and the utilities, like they're in town all the time now between us and the utilities getting stuff installed. So we're seeing their presence a lot more than we had been to get this accomplished.
Could you put in more like Fairview Park and zoom in on one of those things?
So you want Fairview Park?
Could you zoom in there?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me go ahead and get up to quality here. It's going to be digital zoom at this point, but
It's still very nice.
yeah. And so this isn't even one of the really good cameras. I mean, it's still really nice. We got a glare from the sun for sure. But some of our other cameras, like the one I took control over up here at Houston, let's just do this real quick. We'll bring it over. All right.
Wow.
So you can see, like, I'm not even in all the way yet. You can kind of see what they're kind of capable of.
Can you show, is anybody walking on a trail right now so you can show them how it automatically zooms in? So if you're like the camera's there. but
Yeah.
like- And if you're walking there, it like zooms in on you, right, Kevin?
Yes.
And
So
so that,
these.
like, you have a picture of who's walking on the trail.
Let me jump back here real quick because I think this will give a better understanding of what it'll do. Because I'll just pull up in one of the. Oh, I lost Houston. Houston. We'll go down here to the search menu. So like this one right here, it's going to zoom in.
It just does that all by itself, so that then you have a video of who's actually on the trail.
And it takes a quick snapshot of the person. It does the bar around it, and it does the way that they're going. So if you had multiple cameras in the parks, you could say if you had a person of interest, it would show their path they're taking, and then it would take them up to the next camera and it would show their path of intent or whatever they're doing. So there's ways to do that. Same thing with vehicles and whatnot. It helps us identify stuff like that. There's also baked into the software, if we were to utilize it, like the community watchdog, like predators and stuff like that, those lists can be downloaded onto the cameras, with those face recognitions. So if, say, unfortunately, a predator might come into a park and they're not supposed to be there, that's automatically that can send up a red flag real quick if we have that on the backside there. So again, it's just another safety procedure that we're moving towards. If there's interest in someone not being in a park, it can be flagged, and that information can be sent out pretty quickly to PD or parole officers or stuff like that. So it does have some pretty intelligent stuff on the backside too.
You said you're replacing how many more cameras with the newer ones?
So we are completely stripped out of our old cameras at this point. We are not using any of the old access cameras that were currently there. We are now to the new system, but we are probably still about 7 cameras shy from completion.
Cost of the camera?
Cost of the camera?
It's already.
It's all been lump summed.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, well, that was all, talked about all that at the city council meeting and,
I
earlier.
think it's well spent.
It's 125,000 over 5 years at 37 something each year.
And that's service, warranty, that's a 10-year warranty on defects and cameras, upgrades, anything. If anything happens, they send one out the next day.
Yeah, that was the big thing, the warranty on it.
It's warranty. It's 100%. It's service and reliability. At any given time, if you have anything, they've called up and said, hey, you have a problem. Let's figure out why you have a problem. Like, you don't have to wait and say something's down. They're going to say, hey, why is this down? The utilities were doing some work on a pole, and they messed up one of the wires to the camera,
And they knew.
and I knew right away. It was like, hey, there's a camera down. There's someone next to it messing with it. Why?
Good.
Yep.
Who receives it?
There's no one that receives them. They are not public. They are only on Verkada website until reviewed. It's not anything that really anybody can log into to see, since it is cameras and it is security. There's multiple steps to even get into the website. It's completely secure with 2FA and multiple verifications. It can do biometrics too. So those pictures are not released out to the public. Like, there's very limited people that even have access to them for that knowledge, just so we're keeping everything that could be sensitive, under.
I mean, who in the Parks Department or the Police Department would ordinarily have access to these?
Correct.
Kevin and Jan done.
Me and Kevin do.
Correct. Right now, Jan and I do. We have a couple officers that currently have it just because of their location to, like, Fairview, resource officer. The security team that are putting them in still have access because they're still staging them and working on them, so they still have them at this time. And then we can add different people at different levels. So say I could add somebody, but only give them the ability to see the analytics of them without the data, or just one specific clip. If we had something happen, we could share that one specific clip, right out if need be. Just like we said, with over at Fairview, when we had the individual doing donuts over there, it was real easy to go back, identify the vehicle, send that information right out to the police, and bingo, bango, bongo. We had.
Yeah.
It was there.
They
yeah.
arrested him, and
Yeah, so
I think
it was taken care of very promptly and quickly, just because we had the ability to see that individual just having fun. So we're not, it does the work for us. If there's things that are happening, again, baked in, that beautiful AI word there, it has some threat detection and stuff in there that could be red flags to send out automatically. So it's not like someone needs to be here monitoring these 24/7. We don't have we couldn't do that. I mean, that would just take too much.
But if it happened the night before, you could go
Yeah.
back and watch.
Absolutely, like I said, up to 30 days.
Yeah.
And then some. I mean, there's some more retention there.
Right, and Kevin said that when you're doing this, like, if they say, oh, there was somebody with a blue sweatshirt on.
Yeah, so
You
you,
can put that in there and it'll bring up anybody that was in the park that had a blue sweatshirt. Like, if not, like somebody's trying to ID someone.
yeah, same with vehicles. You can, let it load up. It identifies, you can do a make and model of a car and it'll show you that make and model if it crosses any cameras in the city. So say we were looking for a red Ford Explorer, just, you type that in and it's going to show you any red Ford Explorer that's hit throughout the parks under that camera, any camera.
So how many do we have at Spencer Park?
Spencer Park has one right now. There are going to be 3.
Okay.
It's getting back to that point-to-point system. They have all those dishes in hand. They had to take them to get them part of their system. And again, this is saving us money because we already had the point-to-points.
Sure.
So we are using less gateways than we thought we were going to. We are going to use less data just because we're using stuff that's already established. So we're actually going to be saving money in the long run, like by a big time. And again, with FirstNet, again, a very heavily discounted price. It's not like a cell phone service that costs, a lot. These come in at a very reasonable, I forget what they're, $18 a month or something.
25.
So it's not a
I think I had
stretch.
that confused with the other.
Yeah, with the other system. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now, and we're continuing getting these.
So there's no tie-in to the River Bluff Trail, right?
The River Bluff Trail, we've worked.
So near what the hospital.
Exactly. I've spoke with Tom Adams, their IT director up there, and there was kind of a hesitation giving the crossover there. So we've been in contact. Their camera system, the old access cameras are still there. They still have control over that aspect of it.
Okay.
So that their system, the old system, is still point to point up to the hospital on the River Bluff Trail. I know a couple of those cameras were taken down during the construction and stuff like that, but it's all on them. So we tried to move forward with them in this, but there was just hesitation on what they want to do at the time. But yes, there's always that expandability. Like I said, the utilities are getting this. I'll never see the utilities, nor will they see mine. They don't have to, but they can live under the same umbrella.
Jamie, you plan on putting these back on the golf course?
These are not at the golf course.
You plan on?
We only have the one out, we'll have some out there at the west end. But the golf course has some around the clubhouse, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around the clubhouse.
Who is this?
He said it's good as
Well, I mean, it's good cameras.
Yeah.
But it's a whole different technology too.
I wonder do you think that Kevin needs to do a presentation to the police department, or do they just already know how all this works and they just?
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea for whoever is the going to be that person.
Yes,
to
exactly, yeah.
Contact with.
Yeah, because I worked with the chief on getting the FirstNet stuff. I mean, he was a huge resource to get these up and going. With our preliminary talks,
Yeah.
we are with the police with this, so I do definitely want to keep them involved and part of this. So
So maybe we could do this little presentation for them.
anytime.
I just would like them to know that, telling them we have it and showing them how it works are two different things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
If someone lost a kid up there, you get there.
Or you hear.
I know. Last scene.
Yeah, because it's going to show that path of how they wandered away.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's one right there. So yeah, there's the show paths. So kind of says how things flow.
I'm not too upset with that.
Right.
but-
Unless you did your time.
We good? I think we're good. Like I said, just some of the stuff that I can do, and you know, there's definitely more stuff baked in, incidents, accidences, and
You show them the pool and go, the dog park. Dog park's not
dog
ready
park
yet.
does not have one in currently yet.
Okay.
Again, it's a point-to-point system that we're establishing from the pool. And there'll still be 3 more cameras around this area. We'll get one over by the playground area and pavilion, and then the dog park will be covered as well. So, like I said, again, live view of what's happening if anybody wants to try to. Yeah, again.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes they go in and take their skateboards and get in there and play in there, so. Oops, I shouldn't have said that out loud, should I? Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really said where and why, but
yeah.
there's cameras, so.
And can you show a Spencer Park shot real quick with the one you do have?
So there's a couple, these need to be adjusted. This one just went live and I haven't got the lift out to it yet. So we point them in a manner that's going to do the roads, the bathroom. This tree right here is about to be removed. So we're going to have a nice clear picture of the parking lot and all that stuff that's happening here. And then the exit is still twisted just because it needs to be adjusted.
Okay,
But yeah, that tree's kind of an inconvenience right now. So we're working on getting that removed, but it is a very, very, very big sycamore tree, and it's right next to the bathroom and right next to our asphalt. So we're working with the company, Straight Cut. They have that grapple hook to reach up and kind of get those down. So like I said, here pretty soon, this obstructive tree will be out of the way, and we'll have a much clearer view. And the trees, it's not we're taking it down because of the cameras by any means. This is a very dead tree. It needs to be gone. Like it's been dropping stuff. We
We're just back here discussing how dead.
we are not in the place to cut down live trees.
You better take a picture of it, put a sign on it, this tree's dead.
No, we'll get it down. It has not dropped anything of significance, but we don't want that to happen.
yeah, there's a
We
lot
don't.
of.
Liability.
Yeah, we never want to have a dead tree, and this one's just out of our reach. It's probably a good 85-foot or maybe 90-foot tree. Like it's huge. So this is why we need to work with those companies in this case to get that accomplished. So, all right.
Anybody got anything? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, no new business, so administrator's management report, Jan Foley.
Well, I'm just going to start, look at the management report right now. Obviously, I'm going to let Dean talk about the golf course amenities that they're working on. The ADA assessment is complete, and would you like a presentation from David Meals? No, well,
I'm gonna say, how long
no.
is it gonna be?
I just, if you want an if you want to know where exactly, a verbal presentation, he'd be happy to do that, so. Yes,
Yeah, why not?
okay, all right.
It'd be good for us to know I suspect there's a whole bunch of stuff. So it would be nice to know what he thinks the priorities are. I mean, where should our focus be to make sure we
Right.
provide best safety down to.
I need to study it myself. There's been so much to come, and they did it really quickly, but there's plenty, yeah, it's a binder that big, yep, so. The storage barn replacement started this week. Well, I should shut up, that's your baby. And the Spencer Park Playground is supposed to be finished After Live United Day, they'll be putting the EWF, the mulch, in there for that project. And then we're doing ribbon cutting on the 18th, next Thursday at 11. But I thought that for the rest of you, if you could be to our grand opening on the Saturday, the 20th at 10 a.m.
I was gonna say, because that's what I thought it was.
That's what we're promoting to the public mostly, but an actual chamber ribbon cutting is on Thursday
And for
at
what,
11.
what was that one for again?
Pardon me?
What's that for again?
The playground
Playground equipment.
equipment at Spencer Park, yeah,
I can't.
What time Thursday?
11.
Can't make that, but I might make Saturday.
What time Saturday?
10,
And that's on the 20th, right?
yeah. So, Christmas in the Park, we've been working on the 2025 display sponsors. We have Harris Glass, Cole Hardwood, Cass County Purdue alumni, proud supporters of IU. Transco signed on here last week, and we think we have 2 more potential displays yet to add to the train. So we were awarded our CCVB grant, which was very happy to hear that, because they're also going to do Holospecs glasses too. So, and of course, you saw what was the parking lot at Houston Park. Penman was also done, and they're working on the trail at Houston that's to the east right now, and have left the central artery, I guess, if you will, and to the west. That circle to the west is open right now. So while they're doing that, so hopefully they might be moving on to that tomorrow even. I don't know for sure, but it's coming. I'm gonna let Jacqueline, jeez. I got all these J's running through my head. Anyway, I have to let her talk about the programs that she's doing. And I'll let Kevin talk about his stuff. We have had the playground representative, as you can see from Kevin's hat, was here, and they had some amazing playgrounds for us to consider for Riverside Park, and I'll be working on a request for proposal that hopefully we'll get some real renderings from them. I also participated in the Rural Empowerment and Development Workshop for Cass County Reimagined here last week for 2 days, and it was really a good session. And Jacqueline's been participating in Chamber Leadership Academy. She just actually started yesterday, right? Yeah. And we had 12 of our 13 staff participated in the United Way campaign, and I think that's a record. I don't think we've ever had that. So we also had our budget meeting yesterday with the council, and it went pretty well, I thought. So anyway. So, yeah. Any questions? Nope. I'm done. I'm going to let,
Come on up, Jacqueline.
come on up, Jacqueline, and
Hi, everyone.
Hey there.
I asked her if she would show off the new website.
So this is our new website with our cool, cute little new logo. The video is really beautiful. Sorry. It's on the front page, obviously, and it goes through a loop. But it's really pretty, and you can kind of get stuck watching it. It shows the golf course, and it shows our building that we work at, Spencer Park, and just some wonderful, beautiful things. And look how pretty the river looks. Just really good. It's a website. We all kind of know how websites work, so I'm not really going to bore you with all of it. It's done through Squarespace, so it's really easy to manipulate and edit. It'll be really nice in that aspect. I worked most of today putting on the events that we currently are having, just because it is on the homepage, and I didn't want that to be completely bare. What else did I do today? Honestly, I just worked a little bit more on the staff side today. This was not uniform before I kind of started moving it around. So this is everybody. Got everybody's bios on here, everybody's information. I haven't put everyone's emails on here just yet. Oh no, I did. But yeah, this is our beautiful new website. And then of course, scroll all the way at the bottom. It's got all of our social media handles, all of our things. The one thing that I think is really nice about it is that it's like, here's all of our parks. They're all right there, and then you can kind of just get on to.
I think it's still missing Iron Horse and Stone.
Yeah, I think we're still missing a few. And then, like, we were going to switch some of the pictures around. They just got it done and to us yesterday. And so this is kind of what we've fixed up in that short amount of time. Yeah, and we'll always change the pictures too. The parks are ever changing, the seasons are ever changing, but since it is an easier to kind of switch up website too, it'll be super, super easy. I like hold on, where is it? See, here's our news. That's gross, but here's, here's like all of the news that has been on here. I think oh no, it's on there. Yesterday, the Splashpad hours weren't there. But this is all the press releases that we've done so far. They're already on there. But yeah, that's pretty much the website. The catalog goes to the Civic Rec. Yep, we have to switch this one through Civic Rec, so we will be switching that. That's a different setup and different all of that. Where's our?
And that goes automatically to the golf courses.
Yep.
Website as well. So.
But yeah. Is there any questions about?
Looks good.
Cool. Awesome. So along with that was not all I've done since I've seen you guys last. I did the pop-up in the park and had 11 dogs and 19 people at that pop-up in the park. I think that was really successful because it was the first time that we've ever done something kind of quick like that. Most people said that they heard about it from Facebook and the radio. It was really great because those were the only ways that we were really marketing it. So that worked. So that's really awesome. And every single person with a dog went to the bark park afterwards, which was 100% the whole goal. And so that was awesome. The dogs were a little scared of the splash pad, in case anybody was wanting to know. There was one dog who really loved it, but the other dogs were a little uneasy, but can't win them all. But yeah, everybody went to the bark park. A few people said that they didn't know the bark park existed, so this was really good to gain, moments out there. Yeah, we gave away all of the extra bags and things like that we had from the grand opening. So it was really kind of a nice moment to be out there in the community. The Facebook page has a fall rebrand. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's beautiful. It's got our new logo on there. The back cover page has all of our events that we're doing in the fall. And then when it's winter, I'll switch it to winter, spring, so on. I gained access to the Google business pages, so I'm able to actually deal with those and make sure that those are being taken care of a little bit more. They haven't been touched since last year, so that is on my
Not bad.
No! Pictures are a little outdated, the hours and times and things are a little outdated, so, but that's okay. Totally doable. Google's really user-friendly, super easy to fix. Just need to actually have a few seconds to do it. I have started a rec guide for 2026. I found some really wonderful neighboring parks that do theirs online and have it on their website and have it as a PDF, visible, easy, kind of go-to digital. And so I'm starting the rec guide for us for 2026. We've not had one in a digital way, so this is a fun new adventure, but it'll be great. And then we'll be putting the QR codes out into the parks also to go to that. And it'll just be something that we continuously change up yearly. What else? Oh, I finished the SIA grant for the movie screen projector for the blow-up screen and the speakers and things like that. So just waiting on that. Really, really hopeful because there's some really great movies coming out that I would really love to give back and put on for the community. And movies, since last I put on movies, have raised a little. So it went, the last time that I had to actually purchase each individual movie, it was about $500, and now it is about $600 a movie. So hoping that this grant helps us out with that, because that'll be a lot of money otherwise. But the community will also really enjoy it, and it'll be really great too. I had a wonderful, had a major planning day with Jan. We went to the library, planned out all of 2026, got all of the ideas together. I have nailed down a few dates in 2026. Still working on the rest. Still to come.
July 4th was one of them.
July 4th, July 4th, we got that one nailed down. The date, we got that. It's going to be at Riverside, so everything else other than that, not so much. But that one's working along really easy. A lot easier than I originally was thinking. I was really intimidated by doing all of 2026 a month in to being here, but I think it'll be great. The Summer Sundown ended with Ned Boyd. That was magical, as always. I wasn't there, but I heard only good things. Oh, I skipped some things. I'm so sorry. Breakfast with Santa is confirmed. McDonald's confirmed, and they will be our breakfast, and all of our wonderful Claus family will be there. So that's 100% confirmed. Now to the planning. I started leadership yesterday. That was a very early morning, but a very wonderful morning. I have previously done a leadership in Carroll County, and so it was really important for me to do one here in Cass County because I did learn a lot there, and I did learn about all the resources and things, and I'm really excited for this one because I actually live here, so that'll be really great. And I've already met a whole bunch of people, and I've already made some really good connections and had some conversations with some people, so that's really awesome too. Howl at the Moon, still going on really strong with that. I've actually, so originally when I proposed all of these information, I had 16, but now I have 19 businesses on the trail to give out candy for the kids. I have the band signed. I have some food vendors. It's really starting to come together in a huge way. I'm really excited. We have partnered now with 4C, and they're going to bring out some bouncy houses. It's getting really big and really awesome, and I think that the community is really going to see some big things from it. I'm really excited. Have a pop-up in the park November 1st to kind of get people excited about the idea of us moving forward with movies in the park. This one will be at Merrimack's. It's going to be free to the public. It's a Wicked sing-along of the first movie. They have a $5 popcorn and soda deal. It's only in the one viewing room, so there is limited seating of 170 seats. Think we'll fill them. I'm pretty confident that it'll get filled, but I'm pretty excited. I'm personally very excited about that. I will be dressed up in case anybody wanted to know. And then on the 2nd, we're doing the Great Pumpkin Roll of everybody bringing their recycled pumpkins. And I'm actually even more excited because now we have the cameras all beautiful and stuff. So now the day after, we can see all the animals eating the pumpkins, which was kind of the whole reason that I wanted to do that program to begin with. So I'm really excited about it. But yeah, that's all I've done in a month, guys. I hope I hope that's okay.
It seems like you still have the same enthusiasm tonight that you did when we interviewed you, so that's a good thing.
Yep, you haven't scared me away yet.
We haven't scared you away yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope,
all right.
I'm still here.
Anybody got anything else for her? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dean, come on up. You have a lot to share, I bet.
Yeah, my enthusiasm might not be where she is after 30-some years. Well, to start off with, I'll just kind of go over the numbers so far. Everything for the year is still up, which is very impressive considering the year we've had. Working out of a club or a trailer, doing all that, everything that we've had going on, the cart pass. August numbers were good. They're about $17,000 up for the month. And so overall, we're about $70,000 up for the year, which is, is great. Because, May we were slow. It was an extremely hot, dry summer, hot, humid, dry, people, you walked out in the morning, it was 78 degrees. People didn't want to play golf. Many days, the parking lot was empty. So everything's going good. A lot of events, outings still coming up. So keeping us all busy with that. Rounds are up, so we've, this week, and last week are definitely different with the cart path project. Yep. So definitely slower, we don't got 9 holes open. Sometimes people just don't want to, they're not going to come here for that. But we had this last year too. So the end results, going to be great. So numbers are all good. We're excited about that. We're excited about what all that goes through. Project wise, I got a list here. I'm just going to kind of, we're getting ready to check a lot of these off, or the contractors and stuff like that. One day, it's a regular thing. We got 6 contractors up at the course doing something, seems like. It's very tough, to manage all them, coming in and out and running a golf course. The day-to-day operation when, all the summer help and seasonal help is gone. So, but anyway, this week, probably today, they finished up re-siding and roofing our cart barns. So that should be, anything left tomorrow is probably just kind of buttoning it up and stuff like that. But it looks like that's finally getting done, and they look great. They're what an eyesore the other ones were. We still have some stuff to do. We need to hang some lights, stuff like that on them. But that one's, a big one to get checked off the list. The driving range has, I can't tell you how much hours I've spent on the driving range. The T station got built. We brought in a lot of good filter and topsoil. Irrigation installed, had a couple issues. We were up there. Me and John were up there 6 hours on Labor Day fixing some irrigation stuff and getting stuff going with that. We got it seeded this week, and we used fiber mats on it, which is supposed to help. It's not straw. Straw, adds weed, stuff like that. We don't want to use that, but we need something to help keep the seed moist. And so that was a tough job. There was roughly 25 fiber mats that are 135 feet long that we installed, and there was 0 wind that day, but they seemed like they kept wanting to roll up on us. So so the driving range, working on also on the driving range, landing areas for out there, building target greens for it. Really excited for hopefully everything goes well this fall, with the seeding. I mean, we got some great weather, with the irrigation for it to seed the next couple weeks, nice and warm and everything. So, I'm really excited how that's going to turn out next April and get that all going. The cart paths, what a job that is. This year, there's definitely being a little more damage done coming in and out because the back is a lot trickier than the front. The front, it's a little more open. The back, you got to kind of come in and out one way. I can't thank the city street department or the county highway department enough. I mean, without them, this project might not go because we're not paying them to drive the trucks and stuff like that. And talking to one of the drivers one day, just hauling stone in and out, we were guessing it was 45 to 50 loads of total stone that they came in that day. And so there's 3 days of them stoning. So somewhere between probably 120 and 150 loads of stone came in and out of the course. So on them trucks, it's, thank God it's firm, but, grass still doesn't like it when heavy trucks continue to drive over it and stuff like that. So we are on day one of paving of the past day. They look great. They started a little bit yesterday, but today was the first full day. They should finish Friday, barring anything weird happening. It looks like they should be done on Friday. And then we got a lot of work to do. And we did a lot of work last fall. We got a lot of other things going on this fall. I'm not sure how much work we'll get on the cart paths, fixing spots, but it will be, a job next year to, like we did this year. I mean, when we got our summer staff this year, that was one of the major jobs they did was, put dirt up edges, cart paths, and we'll be doing it again next year. And so as these projects check off, they don't really check off. They keep, we still have stuff to do with them, So definitely come up, you guys get a chance, take a drive on them. They're nice. Central Paving's done a fabulous job. The barn that was supposed to be built last year, then was supposed to start in February, was finally completed today, so, yay. Not got inspected yet, so I can't move anything in, but, we get that done, or get that inspected, we can start cleaning up around the shop and getting it organized. And I remember last spring, Jan stopped up in the shop and said, "Oh, look how everything looks so nice and organized." And a few months later, we moved everything in there, and it's hard, very hard to work out of it when it's like that. So, I mean, we're gaining this space, and I was chopping at the bit today to move stuff until they told me I couldn't yet. So that was kind of a little disappointing, but hopefully tomorrow, we can start that.
You have to get a certificate of occupancy?
I don't know, I guess so.
We probably do.
Yeah, and I wasn't even thinking about that. I should have known from the clubhouse that,
Yeah, Rob needs to come up and look at it.
Yeah, like I said, I was excited that,
It was done.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And it's done, but it's not done. Because now we gotta put the stone, we got Dykeman Excavating looking at, bring in stone for the parking area, for the driving range, and for behind the shop, which it was raised up, so it's gotta bring some fill in, we gotta get it graded for our two barns to kind of be matched up so we can, drive equipment back and forth. And, so, once again, it's done but not done, the next step gets to move on. We also, the simulator room, is basically done. We just have to hang the projectors. We, misfired a little bit on where to hang them at, so we have to redo a little bit to get the right thing. So we're hoping by the end of the week they're done. But then, once that's done, it's learning how to use them properly and getting everything set up to do business in there. So we're shooting for September, and we're there. It's just, the 42 projects, get everything going. Also, the three-way license, we're in the process of, we've applied for that. They've accepted everything. Now they've sent some stuff back. We had to get a couple other things. So that's all in the state's hands now, and we'll have a hearing in October, I believe it is, that we'll go to. So that's exciting to move forward with that. Kyle's been working on simulator leagues, ideas, stuff like that for us for the winter, or fall and winter with the sim room and everything. Outings, like I said earlier, we still got events, outings. We picked up girls sectionals this year from Tippecanoe Country Club. They've had it, so we haven't had girls sectionals in 10 years, so I'm very excited for that to be back. That's September 22nd. That's, the very great way to showcase our course. You get all the schools and things like that. And, one of the reasons we picked it up is it's been an extremely tough year for turf grass. I've been doing this, as I said earlier, this is my 33rd summer as a superintendent, and the only season that compares to it's been 95 to me. And I hear a lot of people I know and follow on social media talk about how it's been the toughest summer they have as a superintendent. The heat, the humidity, is bad. And there's a lot of bad golf courses out there right now. And I feel for them because we've been there. It's tough, maybe we got a little lucky. Maybe it's my 33 years of experience that helped us get lucky. But also one of the things is that new sprayer, I know it was $70,000, but that, I really, really believe that helped us be as good as we are this year, because it's a better spray. It was easier to use. It was easier to spray. It was just, having the right tools for the job is important. And I know Kevin feels the same way as he gets new equipment and stuff, and sometimes you wonder how you dealt with it without it. But I think that sprayer, like I said, it's one of the years I'm glad is, we were all looking forward to Labor Day and cooler temps and things like that. So, as a turf guy, I was glad to see Labor Day come and the 40-degree nights.
Yeah.
Gives the grass a little bit of recovery time. So, Kyle's booking some holiday parties and things like that, and getting the reservation system, like our T-Snap, our software will do simulator tee times too. So we'll have, you'll be able to go online and book a simulator through tee time and stuff like that. So Kyle's been working with T-Snap on that to get that going. And I just want to thank everyone, the park board and also the staff, John, Clark, and Kyle, Heidi, Cheryl, everybody. It's just Matt Franklin. It's been a rough year, for us, and just with everything that we've had going on. And I just, everybody's had to adapt and, change a little bit, and, working 20 hours over Labor Day weekend isn't what we sign up for, but we know that's part of our job, because we are still open. Right now, we're open, 7 days a week, 14 hours a day, somebody's there. We've been busier, so we stop coming in at 6 at Labor Day, or a little bit before. We're still coming at 6 just to get out ahead of people, because there are some crazy people that show up early and sitting next to you.
That's my son.
But yeah, we're still coming in early. We're still staying late. We're 14 hours, 7 days a week still in September.
It was amazing to me Sunday. We got there later, and Kyle's dad was already there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the craziness shifted to them.
Well, it's Smith, Yeah. So, maybe there's something that says there. But anyway, thanking the staff and thanking you guys too. And Kelly's, awesome. So, she keeps us in line, and we ask a lot of her, to, send a text and get through things. But it's definitely a team effort. I can't stress it enough. And I don't know what we would have done if, trying to do this, how things were set up a few years ago, how things were. You know, I probably would have ran at some point, because I still thought about it.
Run for the hills.
Yeah. So, all right.
Okay, thank you, Dean.
Yep.
All right, Kevin, one more time, buddy.
All right, short and sweet. Well, just like Dean said, you get one project done, the next one starts, or it's a continuation of another one. So we've been kind of following that same suit. Again, summer help's all done for the year, so a lot of those burdens come back to the older shoulders to keep on trucking along. Not as quick as those young ones can, but still moving right along.
You got a good summer crew.
We had a great summer crew. I cannot thank them enough. If anybody's listening, if you want to come back, but seriously, fantastic crew. We couldn't have got half the things accomplished that we did this year. Continuing to push our parks forward, getting things renovated, and just overall quality improvement without that summer help. It really frees us up to get some of the bigger stuff accomplished, and then just having a great crew to know how to get stuff accomplished is fantastic too. Just like Dean, we saw our fair share of failures with equipment and stuff like that, and it's all been overcome. You know, we still have a couple pieces that are a little getting worked on still, but we're ramping up for the fall season. We're getting ready for the leaf season. Seems crazy that's here, but here we are. It really put in perspective, we closed the pool down, we winterized the pool house already, everything's been taken apart. There's antifreeze and everything, and the pump room's all cleaned out, and the utilities shut everything off, and it's just like, wow, we're getting to the end of the year, we're going to be winterizing our parks, and, we're talking about Christmas in the park coming up, all the new displays and things like that, and really excited again for that season. Like Jan said, the new pole barn that's going to be going up here soon, that'll be a huge thing for us because, that stuff, as beautiful it is, I'm tired of it being in my shop.
I'm sure.
And the Penman garage and everywhere. It is just, my wood shop is completely the community Christmas tree. It's difficult to get stuff. So I am so ready for that stuff to be in its forever home. And then that way we can still grow it too, and get the equipment back inside, so it'll be easier on us to maintain it with our hoses not being out in the winter and stuff like that. So yeah, again, still progress being made. Spencer Park Playground, it is so beautiful. That crew, Rick and his guys from Game Time came and just knocked it out of the park. Fantastic crew to work with. So those two playgrounds are up. They're supported. And then, of course, Friday is our Live United Day. So we'll have the community come out. There's two gigantic piles of mulch sitting out there right now, and there's another one coming tomorrow morning. That all has to be moved into that playground. And I'm just looking forward to see all the kids play on it and just having it back open again. I've seen so many people and their kids walking by just eyeballing it, just ready to play. So it's always nice seeing those new playgrounds come into place. And, we love our old playgrounds, but, 22,
It's 23 years.
23 years of being enjoyed. Mm-hmm. I'm glad to see a new one in its place, just, again, Spencer, the utilities just finished up the water lines out there, so we are no longer lead lines. Better improvement, in that park. It's really coming up. We have a lot of work to do out there still, but it is coming along. That park is just going to be a great staple here, with all the renovations, all the pavilions, and it's just going to be great. So again, like Dean said, I appreciate everybody and their commitment to us and just getting things done, accomplished this year. We still have a long way to go, but we're going to finish strong. And as you heard, I'm going to have a little minor surgery here in 2 weeks, which will take me out my day-to-day for about a month. I'll be laid up.
Your surgery and you're going to be out a month? What you haven't done?
On the broadcast.
Yeah, it's enough.
Okay,
Yeah, so,
forget I asked.
yeah. But I'll be back for Christmas in the park, so ready for it.
That's the most.
That's it. Yeah.
Getting all rested up for that.
All rested up, all healed up.
Man, he'll be ready to go. He'll be
Oh, boy.
moving them decorations out all by himself. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, do we have any visitors' comments? Please state your name and your address.
My name is Joseph Stackhouse. My address is 2646 North, County Road 50 East in Logansport. First, I want to start off, you guys do a fantastic job. And this is the first Parks meeting I've ever attended, but I've been to many other meetings. The first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the golf course. I worked with Kyle Smith to make the computers that run the simulator. Baked into that invoice to you guys from me, because I'm a local company that does IT consulting, was, I believe, 8 hours of labor for you guys to use. However, they have not used any of that. I don't think they've needed me. Kyle's pretty smart at
Well, yeah.
doing things, so,
He's very intelligent.
but I want to make sure that that time gets spent. So I want
We'll
to
come up with something.
yeah, absolutely. And even if it ends up filling over to a different park, whatever, make sure that time gets spent with me, because that's like $600 normal of my time. Hey, you guys want to use it? Yeah, use it. I don't care if a secretary's having a problem with the printer. Just use that time, because I already billed you for it. You might as well use it. So.
That list has already started in her head, so.
Well, we baked it in there because we knew the potential for there to be issues with the computers, but it's been more issue with mounting the.
Yeah, we haven't even got the computers.
Yeah, they haven't got to them, so they may use.
But they're not.
Still be issue.
They still might need me, but if that time's left over, feel free to use it wherever. I'll work with you guys on that. So, yeah.
Thank you.
The second thing that I'd like to, I just had a comment about the camera system that you were demoing earlier. I put in similar cameras for my customers here in town. I have quite a few like intersections that are covered. The AI capabilities of those is awesome. You can tag and search, and it tags license plates and keeps track of all that stuff. But I guess my only concern there is like the company that you're using, they have been hacked in the past. I don't know where all these, hopefully they're all public areas. There's no like hospital internals, any of that.
No.
Yeah, that company was docked like $3 million by the FTC in 2021 because private data did get out. And the way that it got out was just unacceptable. It was a super admin password that was common, searched on the internet, found. Thank God it was hacktivists that actually found it and executed it versus somebody else. So just make sure you keep them on the up and up, and they got some kind of, they've gotten around that, two-factor authentication, come on, guys. So, and my third comment is probably the most important to you guys, and unfortunately, it's not as happy of a subject as the other, but I have, being a small business here in Logansport, I have been fighting the stormwater fees that small businesses pay. I don't think they're fair, but that's not your guys' deal. But last stormwater board meeting on the 28th, the city got a letter, and basically now city properties are going to be required to pay stormwater fees. Now, I asked a long time ago because my business is technically residential zoned with commercial usage. It's the old Bishop Barbershop building, tiny little building. It's got a huge backyard full of grass.
Okay.
I've never thought that me paying the same stormwater fee as a 15,000-foot property made sense. So let's put it that way. But now that that you guys have to pay this fee, you're zoned special, I believe, like recreational zone or something like that. But I'm afraid that they might do the same thing to you they did to me, where I went to argue with them that I'm zoned residential, so I should pay the residential rate. And they said, no, any commercial use of that property means you're going to pay the commercial rate. So if you have parks out there that make commercial income, just beware. I just want you guys to make sure you have the discussion with them. Because even if say it's 4 parks, right? That'd be $8,000 a year. Because that minimum fee for 15,000 square feet is, right now, it's 178. I think it's going up in 2026. So just make sure that you guys aren't like it just doesn't come out of the blue and you aren't aware of that. Because I don't know how many of those parks would technically do commercial business, but if it's 8, that's $16,000 a year. So just make sure you have that discussion with the city and probably LMU and figure out, because they're getting ready to attempt to make this fair for us small businesses. Now's the time, since the city has to pay this fee, to make sure they do this right and don't get it wrong. So, yeah, that's pretty much, I think, all I had to say.
We'll have a discussion.
Yes, definitely, because I hate,
No, because we already pay stormwater fees too. And that's on every park, every restroom, every water spigot. We pay for stormwater.
so you've been paying those for years?
Yeah.
So it's just the city buildings and stuff like that must have been.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to affect us, but.
Okay,
I-
and make sure you check into it, because
Yeah.
if it could be
We'll-
thousands of
We'll
dollars.
start working on a chart, Kelly, please.
Yeah.
Can we start doing that? Sure. Yeah.
I would hate for the Parks Department budget to get hit with anything.
And people don't understand, they think that we just get it for free. No, we
This-
pay
right.
water, electricity, stormwater,
Right.
all that stuff we pay just like everybody else does.
Okay, well, it may not affect you then, but I know there were city properties that weren't paying and now are. so.
That's going to affect Cal Ripken and Babe Ruth as well.
Yes, it will.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Non-for-profit groups, awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe they can, it's hard for them to show favoritism, but then also say it's fair for everybody. So if they come to you guys and say, you're using your ballparks making money on hot dogs, now you got to pay that. Maybe there can be something there that can be said, well, that's a recreational property, something, then it still seems fair to everybody else. I don't know. I just wanted you guys to be aware. I don't want thousands of dollars to come out of your budget for somewhere because of something that wasn't thought of, you know. So.
Like we'll be closing the bathrooms and stuff.
If you guys at Dykeman could keep track of that, if you don't use that time after your install, you're up and running and swinging, let them know, and then that time can be allocated however they want to do. So, okay, all right, thanks.
Thank you.
Any other visitors' comments? Okay, board comments, Eamon?
No comment.
Mike?
2, I guess, now. I'll make a comment about stormwater fees since I've got a big parking lot. The sad thing is the way that works. I understand you've got your normal water bill, sewer, that kind of stuff. The stormwater fee is supposed to be the runoff. So like in my case, I've got a gigantic parking lot, so we basically, the water comes off, the river comes in the parking lot and goes out there. If you're talking about Bishop's Barber Shop, you got a whole bunch of grass area. So in the grass area, it comes off your roof from your thing and it goes into your grass and it doesn't go out into the street. So, and I will say, I grew up on Spear Street, used to be the water shut up like a fountain, and our basement would fill with water and stuff. So I appreciate having that. Being the school board representative, we've also been notified of some larger fees that they want out of the schools for the same stuff. I like the idea, but I feel bad for the situation. I can understand when we're dumping water into a lot and you see it roaring down, you understand that has to go into a storm sewer and it has to find its way. In the case of small commercial businesses, just calling yourself commercial doesn't necessarily mean that you are putting a ton of water. They should really measure how big your parking lot space is, and then the schools have got some pretty big parking lots. So I just think I hope that this thing, when it gets out a little bit, that it helps people or understands stuff like that, because it's a pretty major amount of money it could be for a lot of different people. We already pay a lot, so I'm used to that, but for folks like yourself, it really is. I just think it's too generic. Oh, you're commercial. We have a minimum fee for commercial people, and this is what it is. And in this city where we're trying to grow and grow and grow, it doesn't help back people that are trying to make a go of having a business. So, anyway, go ahead.
Well, I have a comment on that. So, and I'm not trying to attack Logansport Utilities here because, boy, the reason our fees are high, there's a reason behind that. So there's $40 million in revolving state funding that the EPA has mandated us to spend on that stuff, on stormwater. So at this point, we can't really make it fair by the square foot. That would be awesome. Well, for some of us. For some of us, you would be, right?
Right, right.
So having a big monthly fee is probably our future for quite a while. Now, but I guess what I argued to them though is that it could be improved though. You don't lump a 100 square foot property in with a 15,000. So, so I don't think we're going to get rid of those fees in anywhere in the future, and it's not Logansport Utilities' fault. In fact, CEO Toff has had to deal with this. He's tried to do it the best he can. It's sad when the public just tries to blame Logansport Utilities. It's not their fault. They have to come up with that money. They have to pay those bonds. So.
And I'll compliment them for a second or two, and I know everybody hates the way the streets are torn up, but they did go out and get grants and things to remove the lead water lines in our streets. So, when they talked about Michigan where nobody's doing anything, Logansport actually is in the process or getting close to having all that stuff out of there. And, had he not chased down that grant money, there's a group called Baker Tilly that they advised the city, and they had come up with that stuff too. So it really is, but at the same time, they've had to dig up every street. So everybody thinks our streets are terrible.
It does wonders on a bus route.
Oh, I know, it's terrible because on one side you say, hey, it's a safer town for my kids to live in, they're drinking the water, not gonna get cancer from the water lead lines, all that kind of stuff. And then you drive it and go, this really sucks. So anyway, we can never be happy, can we? Second thing I just want to mention, I want to thank Mike Allman, who has been doing these summer sundown concert series video snippets, and it's really neat. I don't make it to all of them, but it's neat to see the crowds that have come this year and the quality of the talent that has been there. And he shoots kind of a panoramic view of stuff like that, and then also shows, the musicians and stuff like that. So I just want to thank him. He wouldn't have to do that. He's kind of a music guy in town that has a love for a lot of this stuff. And so there's a couple guys like that in town that, preview bands that are different places. So I want to thank you, because I think it is something unique that Logansport has really blossomed into kind of a little music hub town. And so I thank Mike Allman and those other people. That's all I've got. You're up.
I don't want to make a big deal out of it. Our camera system, obviously we need it. I love the fact that we're going to be able to identify evildoers that go into the park, okay? I get that. I'm a little concerned with the fact that we can track people's license plates and their faces and what color clothes they're wearing, and that, to me, I don't know. And I know we're not going to be sitting around looking for something to happen, but, when will the point come when a kid falls off a swing or something, and then we pull up the video and the parent's 18 feet away, and that's too far. So now the parent's got neglect issues, and it's like, I'm a little concerned about that. But overall, I'm positive about the camera system. I just thought I would bring that up because it is kind of a brave new world.
It's a double-edged sword,
That word,
definitely.
yeah, that word.
No doubt about it.
But anyways, I think everything else is going well. I drive through parks all the time. They look really good. I've just been real happy, and especially given the summer we've had, the fact that anything's green is really great because it's been so miserable for most of the summer. So
It's crabgrass.
yeah, well, could be, but so that's it.
Jennifer?
I wanted to agree and kind of with what Jason was saying. The parks and facilities look great around town, so thank you all for all your hard work on that.
As usual, thank you to Jan and Kelly and Jacqueline, Dean, Kyle, and your staff. A special thank you to Kevin and your staff for getting the bathrooms painted over, the graffiti that thoroughly disgusted me at Spencer Park, and getting it done quickly. I can't thank you guys enough for that because that's not something that we needed very many people in this community to see. The things that were on the walls were just,
Disgusting.
yeah, it's disgusting. So thank you for all your work getting that done. And with that being said, we are adjourned at 6:52.